Hey, Tubies! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's Friday the 13th. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! Okay, Saggy Bob's crazy. All right. Now, I'm going crazy because people around the world are driving me crazy today. Uh, I've been getting letters and people call me and say, Saggy Bob, what's up with Friday the 13th? Tomorrow's Friday the 13th. I'm scared. Everybody chillax. If you're a witch or a Wiccan or a pagan, Friday the 13th is actually a day of power. It's a day of magic and a day of mystery. Now, 13 started out it became a bad luck sign. Really started back in the Middle Ages, actually. And there was an order called the Knights Templar. And the Knights Templar were a Catholic charitable group. They were literally knights, and they would accompany people on pilgrimages to the Holy Land. Because in those days, there was a lot of hostility in the Middle East, as there is today, I guess. And anyways, a lot of people wanted to go to Jerusalem and to the sacred sites where Jesus lived. So the Knights Templar were founded as a protection for pilgrims, and they defended people when they were attacked. If churches in the Middle East were attacked, the Knights Templar defended them. So they became a very powerful and a noble order. And they became quite rich, actually, as well, because they started the first banking system. And that's part of their history that's often not really told. But they created a system of credit where, let's say you were traveling and you couldn't afford to bring all your gold with you because, one, it was dangerous, and two, it was heavy. You could put your gold into a Knights Templar castle fortress, and they would hold it for you and issue you a line of credit. It's basically a bill of sale that you could take to other Templar locations, and it would be held up as you have money. And if you would spend it, they'd deduct it and issue you a new bill. So you had a traveling line of credit. So the Templars did all of this, and they were very smart, and they were actually kind of mystical. And what happened was, power corrupts. Well, the Catholic Church was getting a little envious because the Knights Templar were an independent order of knights. They did not have to answer to local bishops. They answered only to the Pope. And because they had great wealth and power, a lot of the local Catholic prelates became very jealous of them, very envious. And then there was, the King of France who wanted their money. His name was I believe it was King Philip. And King Philip, forgive me if I got the name wrong, I have to look this up, but I'll just say King Philip for now. Anyways, King Philip wanted their wealth too. So the Catholic Church and King Philip got together, and they conspired to kill all the Templars and to seize their land. That's true. That's part of the Catholic Church history. They don't like to tell you, but it really is true. And what's interesting is this happened on a Friday the 13th. So on that Friday of the 13th, the Pope and the King issued a decree that the Knights Templars were heretics and should be burned at the stake and slaughtered wherever they were. And they literally gave local armies, local police forces of the time, the ability to raid the Knights Templars' fortresses and slaughter them all. So this is how the number 13 became to be unlucky, because it was on the Friday the 13th that all the knights were killed. And many people were upset about this, but at those times it was kind of like if you spoke up about it, you'd be executed too. So Friday the 13th got stuck in the consciousness of the people of the time as, oh, that dreadful day. And that's really where it comes from. Now, what's interesting, though, is for people who are magical practitioners, this is actually a magical day because 13 is actually a very powerful witch number. It doesn't mean bad luck. It means the power of the coven. In fact, let me show you this here. In this book, Living Wicca, A Further Guide for the Solitary Practitioner, it's by Scott Cunningham. he lists in the back a number of witch symbols. And one of the symbols, let me show this to you here. Can you see that in the middle there? It's like a box with an X. Well, if you actually look at that closely, what it is the Roman numeral 13. But it's been rearranged in a kind of like a runic form. And this is a sign that witches, they would put this symbol in various places to mean the coven is with you, or here's where the coven meets. So if they would meet out in a glen or a forest, somewhere, they would sometimes carve on a tree or paint on a rock that symbol, this symbol right here, okay? And to the average passerby, it just didn't mean anything. But to a witch, that meant the coven gathers. And the number 13 actually represents the traditional coven, which generally consisted of 12 members and a high priestess. And so that's how 13 came to be the witch number. Now, of course, today covens grow larger and smaller, and they don't hold to that. And actually, I don't even think in those days it was a strict number, but it became a traditional symbol that meant the coven and the coven's power, and the coven meets here. And sometimes, people would use this as kind of a code to test if other people were witches. So they might, wear like a little pendant with that symbol on it, or they might put it in a letter and see how people reacted, because it really was very underground, and only those who were sworn in as witches knew it. Now, you have to remember, in those days, to be a witch, literally meant risking your life. And so when you joined a coven, you were oath-bound. And that meant you swore never, ever, ever, upon pain of death, literally, to reveal the secrets, the codes, the symbols. So that's how this number stayed protected and underground, and was a safe symbol. They could actually, in a sense, openly put it out, and people just didn't know what it was. But those in the know knew. So, anyways, that's, for witches, 13 is a sign of power. So when we talk about Friday the 13th, we don't have to be afraid. Friday the 13th is a time for us to say we can reflect on our spiritual strength, our power. And, talking about covens, some of you are saying, well, Bob, I'm a solitary. Does this matter to me? Well, of course it does. Because you're part, even if you're solitary, you're part of the bigger universal coven of witches, people who practice the craft all over the world. So you can claim 13 as the sign and symbol for you as well. It's very interesting. In fact, I'll put up here on the screen, 13 is becoming popular again. In fact, some people wear it now as a good luck charm, in opposition to being a bad luck charm. So let me show you a picture of a lucky 13 charm. So as you can see, that symbol is really absolutely fascinating. And, in fact, I don't have a 13 charm, but I'm thinking about getting one, But, yeah, so today with, the resurgence of the craft, I think it's wonderful that we bring back some of the old traditions, the old signs, the old symbols. And I think the witch symbol, the sacred witch symbol of 13, is a wonderful, wonderful symbol here. So anyways, I just wanted to show that again to you. And yeah, so there it is, okay? 13, there you go. Anyways, guys, listen, tell me in the box below, have you ever heard of the superstition around number 13? Or is 13 a good luck number or a bad luck number for you? I'd sure love to hear. Also, I was going to show you here, talking about witch signs and symbols, you got to check out my new pendant I just got. Check this out. This is so cool. I collect jewelry. It's my hobby. This is the, hold on, I'll tell you the actual name of it. It's called the Sabbath Sun Amulet. And as you can see in the middle, it's a red sparkly sun. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It sparkles. And then it's got the 8 spokes coming off the sun rays. This represents the Sabbath and the 8 Sabbaths of the wheel of the year. So, you know, we just had recently Beltane, and now we're getting ready to go towards Litha, which is the summer solstice. So in the wheel of the year, we'd be down here at the bottom, where we're just at the bottom half of the wheel, and we're finishing the light side of the wheel. And after June, we'll go into the dark side. So anyways, I'll have more about that. We're going to have a whole video soon on Litha, the Sabbath of the solstice. But anyways, I just had to come and show you this also. This is another wonderful witch symbol. And if you're somebody who's in an area where you can't openly wear witch symbols, this might be an option for you because it's a beautiful solar image of sun. Most everybody, even the Christians and the traditional religions love the sun. So nobody's going to attack you, especially now that we're in summer. But you know that it's actually the Wiccan symbol. And here's the paper that comes with it. It's called the Sabbath Sun Amulet. Isn't that wonderful? And you can get that over at Lady Angela's site at Rare Wicca Spells. That's where I bought this one. I'm crazy about it. And I thought you'd enjoy it too. Anyway, so when you see somebody running around going, oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. Oh my God, sky's falling. You sit back and you look within. You say, I'm in my day of power. The number 13 I claim for my witch power. And you see, your day is going to be awesome. It doesn't have to be a bad day. Anyways, guys, just want to share the thoughts with you today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Listen, like this, favorite, share this video with your friends. Let's get out the words about Spirit Channel. And also, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. And, speaking of witch covens, for those of you who are solitary and aren't part of a coven, you might want to also join the Order of the Purple Cord. And if you want to learn about that, I'll put the link below. You can go to my website, and it also has links there to our Facebook page where you can interact with all of us. So anyways, if you want to join the Order of the Purple Cord, it's a free order, has no registration dues, absolutely free. All we ask is that you honor the Wiccan Rede of Harm None, and we also ask that you make a purple cord. Anyways, all of that is at my website. So go over there to robert-hickman.com. Oh, and by the way, gosh, so much to cover today. While you're there, get your horoscopes. I post daily horoscopes there, free daily. Go to the top of the screen, you'll see horoscopes tab. Click on that, and you will get your free daily horoscope. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Love you guys. Keep it here. Tomorrow is Saturday, and that means we'll have Saturday night seance. So we'll see you back here. Blessings to you. Now hit subscribe.